Okay, we're giving this a second go. This is the H135 Airbus helicopter in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Apparently I had the flight model switched on to basic. So down here on the MFD you can see there's a button to switch the flight mode to advanced, which I have now done. And we're going to give it another shot. So I'm just waiting for the engines to come up to speed. We're at Booker again. So let's see how different it is. So I'm just looking at the N1 for the engines, waiting for them both to stabilise. So there comes the second engine. Oh, right. It's doing a power up test apparently, according to the displays. Okay, I was just tweaking the controls because when you read about this thing it says there's some stabilization issues. Okay, this is better. So I'm having to, yeah, it's moving around. Hurrah! It's working as you'd expect. That's much better. The helicopter's actually dancing around. So let's get out into the field and away from these buildings. Just going away from the buildings. There's a bit of turbulence through there. Probably not the best place to take off on the first flight. Okay. So this feels a lot better straight away. So the advanced flight model is better. It's still quite robotic. I mean, look. It's not anywhere near the DCS helicopters, for example, but you wouldn't expect it to be. But it's much better than on the beginner mode. Yeah, there's some odd behaviour now and again. When you get to certain speed thresholds, I'm guessing that different versions of flight model are kicking in. So it's certainly not like an X-plane helicopter, for example, or like not even like a radio control helicopter, but general principles still apply for controlling it. Still pretty good though. The rudder control is quite violent and it seems to step between kind of a hover situation and a travelling situation quite violently, which makes it difficult to have any kind of fine control. It might be a lot easier if I had pedals. I'm just using a twist grip for the rudder, but it becomes quite unpredictable. As soon as you start moving, it obviously changes the way it's working significantly. I mean, you could see then, it's like it's got this robotic movement to it. But it's better than it was on easy mode. Let's see what happens if we push it backwards. Is it going to weather vane round? Kind of. I better get out of the way, the wrong way, there's somebody taking off. They're probably seeing a Cessna hovering around at the moment and wondering what on earth's going on. Because if you don't have a helicopter to use, it typically replaces it with a Cessna in multiplayer. Follow him along the runway, see what he's doing. Just checking there's no trees in our way going sideways along the airfield. Without VR I can't really do a snap look sideways. Let's go back towards the main building. So yeah, it's a bit more interesting than beginner mode, but it's still very robotic. You end up fighting kind of, like I said, different models that have kicked in different situations. So this obviously has different algorithms for different classes of movement, I guess, or situations the aircraft finds itself in, which is kind of endemic with this kind of simulator, or the way it simulates flight, which you don't get with things like X-Plane, where it's actually doing a kind of a simplified versions of fluid dynamics. So you end up kind of fighting it all the time, which is a shame. Okay, there we go. So with advanced mode, it's more interesting to fly, but it's still not realistic. But it's very, very good for a free helicopter. If you want to go and have some fun, download the H135 from flightsim.2. Put it in your community folder and go have some fun with it. Okay, see you next time.